So would you look here? Let's see, a bunch of Ram trucks, a bunch of Jeep vehicles, Wagoneer, Ram full-size trucks, Dodge Durango. I know where everything's coming out, and so will you. All right, so I just want to say before you watch the video, because I've actually just filmed it already, this is in the future, it's going to be kind of not as polished as I normally make my videos. So my son is 6, he's in other rooms, I have to run back and forth, and then you can tell my voice is messed up too. So he's sick, getting me sick, and I try to make sure he's okay. Well, he's not a toddler anymore, but he's my school-age baby boy. So watch the video. You'll understand all the cuts, and I apologize for it, but next week, hopefully, Unifor will know what kind of products that Stellantis is going to deliver, and I'll do a more polished video talking about every single thing that's going to release. Here goes the video. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say that I actually had this information actually a day before everyone else did. Stellantis, don't go trying to investigate me again like Ram did a few years ago. I'm going to show this actual PDF on this video, but I want to be very clear. If it wasn't for Detroit News leaking this link out on their website, I wouldn't have showed this picture. Since Detroit News did, Stellantis, you can go blame them for what everyone is about to go see on this video. Let's get into it. This agreement is still not set in stone. They still got to agree to it. I think they got to vote on it maybe like Monday or something like that. I got to ask my source when they got to vote on it. But the big thing is this agreement tells us exactly what's coming to all these plants in the US. We know what's coming to Dodge. We know what's coming to Jeep, we know what's coming to Ram, and we know what engines and transmission they're making at the plants in the US. And so we're going to skip through to the 8th page because all this other stuff is all the stuff that the UAW is going to win in their contract. So Belvidere, that's definitely coming back. And the big thing that we know about Belvidere now is that Belvidere is going to get a mid-sized truck, a battery plant, and also get a parts depot in this one building. That the mid-sized truck, the company will produce a mid-sized truck on 2 shifts at the Belvidere assembly plant that could more than make up for the 1,200 jobs lost last year when the Belvidere was idled. I've already known for a while that Belvidere was going to come back. I mean, that was always the Stellantis plan. They was basically just kind of holding Belvidere hostage to negotiate with the Canadian government to get more money for tax breaks, which they ultimately did. So that was a pretty successful con game that they played against Canada. They're always going to reuse the plant. I always knew they were going to do it because I've had people from Stellantis tell me they were going to reuse that plant. They basically just closed the plant down to go piss off Illinois to go get them tax breaks. Because you can see right here in this article, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker and his team have been working for well over a year to get Stellantis to build EVs there at Belvidere. And if you scroll down to the bottom, Illinois authorized new tax breaks in recent years aimed at luring manufacturing of electric vehicles and batteries powering them. The incentives include tax breaks on everything from real estate to electricity, along with payroll taxes, as well as a $400 million deal closing fund. So Stellantis definitely played Illinois and got them bring manufacturing back, even though they knew from day one they were going to reuse that plant. It's a brilliant strategy, and they basically got Canada and Illinois to give them a bunch of your money, tax dollars, to basically fund this nonsense. The same money that Illinois basically just gave them tax breaks to bring EVs and battery plants, same thing was coming right there to Belvidere. A mid-sized truck, a battery plant. The company will locate a new electric vehicle battery plant in Belvidere, an investment of $3 billion, and it's going to basically bring another 1,300 jobs. But let's get into this. I'll make this bigger so we can all see this. Here goes all the investments that we know is going to be coming over the next 5 years. So Belvidere, I don't know if this part right here is a typo or not, but it says all new mid-sized trucks in 2027. So the new mid-sized truck is about 3 to 4 years away, because if it says 2027, that might be 2027 model year. So that means the truck could launch in 2026. So it's still basically about 3 years away. That is a long time to launch a mid-sized truck. 3 more years, that is crazy. But there's no way Ram is not going to launch another truck for 2027. And then it says new mid-sized truck. So that's why I'm wondering if there's going to be more than one vehicle, not necessarily a second mid-sized truck. I have this sneaking suspicion that maybe the mid-sized truck just basically going to mean there's going to be a Ram mid-sized truck and maybe a Jeep SUV. So maybe the Cherokee and the Ram Dakota both going to launch on the same line. just like how Ford does with the Bronco and the Ranger. Bronco and the Ranger made on the exact same line, so it would make sense for Stellantis to bring back the Cherokee and the Dakota midsize truck, build them on the same exact line in the same exact plant. It doesn't take 3 years to remanufacture or retool a plant to build another vehicle. It might be that the Cherokee is coming back sooner and then the midsize truck will come on that line. It's just hard to believe. I don't really believe this date. That's too long. That's way too long. Ram has to launch another vehicle within 3 years. It doesn't even fit the timeline that Ralph Gillis said.
As well as a new midsize truck. Now we're working on these vehicles together, which allows us to share some of the most costly components in a way never before done. So 8 vehicles are now being created that will come to market in the next 3 to 5 years. But that's just the beginning. Eventually, the Stella Large platform could actually touch all 14 of Stellantis' brands.
I'm pretty sure the Rampage is probably gonna come before this happens. So let's go into Toledo. So Toledo, we'll see that the current Wrangler is gonna stay in its current form until 2028. The Gladiator is gonna stay in its current form until 2028. Oh, a mid-cycle action update to Jeep Gladiator in 2023. So there's gonna be a little slight update to the Gladiator, and then it's gonna continue for 2023 to 2028. And then we see 2025, the Wrangler's gonna have an updated version of the 4xe system. So maybe they're gonna go with version 2 of that system. It's probably gonna launch maybe next year. Because I don't know whether or not this means the actual year, 2025, or it's gonna be actual model year 2025. So maybe next year we get an updated Gladiator and Wrangler 4xe version 2. But the Jeep Gladiator, I mean, that's a good thing though, because the Jeep Gladiator, if he gets the 4xe system, that means it's gonna get about 500 horsepower. So the Gladiator gonna be even quicker. So we'll see how people like that. We're gonna get a Jeep Wrangler fully electric in 2028. So it's basically gonna be when the next time the Jeep Wrangler gets an upgrade, that's when this new electric vehicle is coming. But I wonder why in the world is that they're gonna upgrade a Jeep Wrangler to a full electric vehicle when the Jeep Recon is basically a Wrangler electric already.
The last vehicle we're sharing today was designed to put a smile on your face. With impressive on-road and off-road capability, the all-electric Jeep Recon aims to deliver authentic Jeep brand open-air freedom with fully removable doors and windows. We worked with our friends in engineering to design the Jeep Recon with impressive approach, departure, and breakover angles, providing an off-road performance worthy of the Jeep brand name. The rugged all-electric and fully connected Jeep Recon showcases why we say that 4xe is the new 4x4, which means more capable, more fun, and more open-air freedom.
Wait, is that a Wrangler?
Good on you for recognizing that they're brothers. It was absolutely inspired by the Wrangler, which is the king of our portfolio of vehicles and will always lead the charge.
So it'd be kind of interesting when the Recon, which I think is going to Brampton, see how that vehicle compares to a Wrangler when those finally start getting made. And let's go down to Warren Truck. Let's see. So the current Ram 1500 DS will continue to 2024. So basically 1 more year for the Ram Classic, because that's what the DS is, the Ram Classic. The Wagoneer and the Grand Wagoneer will continue into 2028. So they're probably going to refresh the platform in 2028. Then the mid-cycle action for the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer in 2025. So within 2 years, there's going to probably be like a sheet metal update to the Grand Wagoneer and the Wagoneer. Introducing the Wagoneer, the Grand Wagoneer, range extended paradigm breaker in 2025.
As pioneers in the 4x4 segment, we are building upon the success of the Jeep Wrangler 4xe. By the end of 2025, we plan to offer electrified 4xe models across the entire portfolio, with 4 being all-electric vehicles competing in the heart of the marketplace. With an estimated combined range of over 500 miles, this vehicle is being designed to drive you the distance from New York, New York to Toronto, Ontario, Canada with only 1 initial charge.
So they're going to basically come out with the hybrid Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer within 2 years before they even come up with the fully electric Wagoneer. That's going to be in 2027. So that's basically within 3 years. And there's going to be a second mid-cycle action on the Wagoneer, the Grand Wagoneer in 2027. But we'll see that. That's kind of crazy how the Grand Wagoneer can basically be upgraded like within 2-3 times within 4 years. It'll be interesting. So we got Sterling Heights. Let's see. Current Ram truck is going to continue to 2024. We already knew that. I already said sometime around January, February, they're going to do like retooling. So this maybe going to be in the same time frame, January, February, do retooling. Maybe it gets pushed back to the summertime. Obviously, you see there's no months on here, so we don't know when it's going to happen, but we do know that the update is going to be in 2024. Now this got pushed back by a year because the update was supposed to be this year, 2023. The light duty trucks were supposed to be basically done in January. So based on here, they're saying they would continue through 2024. So I think the Hurricanes got delayed yet again. Kind of makes sense because Dodge just pulled the Hurricanes from grudge match at Roadkill Nights. Something going on with those Hurricanes. Let's see. Mid-cycle action, updated Ram 1500. Already read that. New Ram 1500 light duty DT, including Bev and the REPB stellar frame in 2024. So basically, we're going to get the Ram REV and the Ram REV's extended version in 2024. Which I'm going like, how can they not have the mid-size truck done within 2 years if that's going to be done within next year? So we'll probably see the Ram REV probably sometime later next year. Let's see, Detroit Assembly Complex. So the current Durango is going to stay through 2025. So you got this model year and one more model year, and the Durango is basically going to be done. The current Grand Cherokee 2-row will continue to 2027. Current Grand Cherokee 3-row continue to 2028. Sometime next year, there's going to be a mid-cycle action updating both this 2-row and 3-row in 2024. Then the next generation Durango, including ICE and BEV, is going to be in 2026. So it doesn't look like they're going to basically name the Durango the Stealth. They might name it the Stealth. They probably just have the Durango name as a placeholder. Basically, we're going to have ICE and a battery electric Durango in 2026. It's about 3 years from now. And then the next generation Grand Cherokee, ICE and BEV in 2027. So basically within 4 years, we're going to have that. Now let's go down to Kokomo. So Kokomo, we're basically gonna say they're gonna continue basically building a bunch of the blocks and transmission cases and components they need for the current cars. Let's see, they're gonna launch WL and LB crossmember 2024. WL, that's for the Grand Cherokee. And yeah, that's probably for the Grand Cherokee's new mid-cycle refresh. So they're gonna probably change the frame. They're probably gonna change that over to Stella Large. Probably for the Hurricanes. LB crossmembers, that's for the Dodge vehicles. Launch of the EDM gearbox cover, blah, blah, blah. Launch of a GME T6 oil pan, that's for the Hurricane. Launch of the EP6 bed plate and block. EP6, I'm pretty sure that's the motor that's in the, I want to say Alfa Romeo? The Peugeot's 1.6 liter turbocharged engine. Ugh. Now what in the world, they're going to put that little small, tiny little engine in? I guess we'll find out pretty soon. Launch of E-motors, we don't care about that. Current product GMT4. Will continue into 2028, so that's basically the 4-cylinder inline 4 Hurricane. The current product 850RE will continue to 2028. 850RE, that's a transmission. Okay, so that one goes in the Jeep Wrangler. Okay, that's going to continue to 2028, which makes sense because that's what they said they were going to do with the Wrangler. They're going to continue in its current form until 2028. Then they'll probably upgrade to a new transmission. SI EVT. Oh, so that's the hybrid transaxle in the Pacifica. So the Pacifica gonna stay around to 2028. Okay. Launched the 880RE Gen 4. I think that's a hybrid transmission. I'm pretty sure that's a hybrid transmission. Let me check this one out. I'll find things out in real time. Okay, so yeah, they can be using plug-in hybrid. So we should be seeing a plug-in hybrid. Okay, about 600 horsepower. So maybe the Dodge cars, maybe the Grand Cherokee coming next year. Since that's getting an update, what's getting updated next year? Get a Grand Cherokee upgrade next year, so maybe a performance variant of the Grand Cherokee. It could be the hybrid version that's more performance oriented if it can handle 600 horsepower. Introduce electric drive motor gearbox cover in 2024. Who cares? Indiana transmission 9480 TE. Let's see what this is. 948 TE. Okay, a bunch of little small vehicles. ProMaster, Cherokee, Renegade, Compass. So yeah, that goes in the smaller vehicles. That's why I ain't remember the name. So a lot of those vehicles still gonna continue to come around. Let's see, what is this one? We're gonna learn stuff together. 68 RFE introduced in the 2500, 3500s. Launch phase 1, electric drive motor gear machining. Yeah, that's probably for the Charter Daytona electric vehicle. That's gonna be part of the e-motor parts for that. Launch e-motor assembly 2026. More stuff for that. The Pentastar Classic, that's the old school Pentastar they were known to have. That go in 2024. The Pentastar Upgrade, the one that just came this year, that's gonna stay around another 4 or 5 years. Dundee, let's see what's going on in Dundee. Launched the GME T4 Evo, but that's only a 4-cylinder, so that's the GME T4. So I guess we'll find out what that is next year. Introduced production of Stellar larger frame battery trays in 2024. So that's probably for the Ram REV, and that's probably for the Charter Daytona. So they're gonna have the battery tray. Introduced production of Stellar large beam machining in 2025. We'll find that out 2 years. What's going on in Toledo? Current HD truck steering columns will continue to 2028. So one of the HD trucks are not going to get an upgrade until, I think that's right around the time frame that Cummins supposed to come out with a new fuel agnostic engine for the HD trucks. So pretty interesting. Current Jeep Wrangler and Gladiator super module will continue to 2028. Whatever. Introduce production of Stellar large front cradles. That's what I'm talking about in the video I did a year ago, where EVs are going to have cradles that you can just interchange. You can swap them around. They can drop the cradles and just boop, pop in whatever they want. Introduce production of Stellar medium cradles. Introduce production of half shafts. So all that's the stuff for the Stellar large medium stuff. Okay. Yeah, so the rest of the stuff is pretty boring stuff, but now we know what's going on for the next 5 years. But I'll make sure to do a more polished video than I normally do, probably sometime next week. Yeah, hopefully next week, because that's when Unifor should hopefully be seeing what products are going to be coming down the pike from Stellantis. So I'll do a whole complete video about every single thing that's coming that's brand new. Typically, you guys know I do more polished videos than this, but you can hear my voice, and my son, he's sick too, so you might have kind of noticed all the cuts in the video. That's me going back and forth. Let me know what you guys think, and see you guys the next time. I'm out.
The Stella Large platform is an outstanding opportunity to take our customers and our brands on a new journey to the future with us. So far, they look to be some of the most beautiful cars we've designed yet. Fully connected and fully electrified on the outside as well as on the inside. We're hoping to bring a new level of digital delight to our customers.